What's up, guys? Here with the Thanksgiving holiday. For a lot of people, it's about food or dealing with your relation, however you want to look at it. But it is a time where you try to think about what you're thankful for. Because we all know that every one of our lives is not perfect. Nothing works out the way that is planned. There's going to be ups and downs in every facet of life, from your career, relationships, things that you want to happen, things that you don't want to happen. You could be struggling right now, especially with the holidays, and next thing you know, your car's breaking down. You have no way to get to work. Furnace could go out in your house. The landlord don't want to fix it. And you think in life about all these things that we want to have, all these things that we want to do, all these things we want to work out right. But we all know that it's not a given that things are going to happen the way they're supposed to. We should all know that we're not judged by how many things that we have, how many accomplishments we have, but how we handle ourselves when things don't work out. We're all going to be knocked on our ass. Even if things are going well for a long period of time, there's always something that could go wrong to change all that. So when you look at life, when you look at your life, the lives of others around you, try to be grateful for what you have. Not just what you think others perceive. We should all be grateful for the food that we have, for the blankets, for the clothes, for the warmth, for the friends, family. But all too often we see ourselves take all this for granted until we don't have it. We can see ourselves whining about having to eat cheap food, store brand items, going out to eat and not being able to get that big steak. And then when we have nothing, we'd settle for potted meat and Vienna sausages, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, fried bologna. We can complain about not getting the right brand of water until we absolutely positively need water. We can whine about the house being too hot, too cold, until the power goes out and you have no heat. You can whine about how bad your car is and how you want another one. Then all of a sudden it breaks down and you'd be happy just to have anything. And we can think back to our grandparents, great-grandparents, what they lived with, what they had, how they made things work. And we're not always that fortunate anymore. And how many of you watching this know the proper way to cut up wild game? From a rabbit to a deer. How many of you have the means to cut it up, to process it, to cook it, the knowledge, the know-how? How many of you can tan your hides to create the clothing, the blankets that you need? How many of you know how to sew? How many of you know how to sanitize water? Create fire? Skills that were long taught and have long since been gone from our memories, from our minds, because most of the time we don't need them. But there can always be that time. Always be that time that you need those skills to be able to survive. As in those times you would thank yourselves for your neighbors. be extremely grateful. And in a world where that kind of gets lost, nobody wants to help their neighbor. Nobody wants to help out another person. Everybody wants to whine, moan, and complain and talk bad about somebody, judge somebody, be mad at somebody because you don't have the nice things they got, or talk bad about somebody because they don't have the nice things you have. So in this holiday season, rather than placing emphasis on items, on the special types of food that you're able to prepare, your nice clothing, your nice clean house, your nice vehicle, place your emphasis on love. On love and respect to your fellow human being and creature. We're all different. We all have certain knowledge, skills, interests, but we're all different. We're all valuable in our own way. Help your neighbor out. Don't expect monetary compensation or reciprocation, but lend a helping hand to someone in need. Be grateful for the friends that you have. Be grateful for the family that you have. Be grateful for your neighbors. You see all around this world, especially in this country, so many people with different interests, rioting, fighting, killing, burning objects, burning buildings, and for what? It's not making a statement anymore. It's harming the fabric of our nation, of our people, of our species. The only way progress is going to be made is if we stand together. You can like whoever you want. You can hate whoever you want. You can agree with this person, disagree with that person. It makes no difference. At the end of the day, regardless of what happens, we're still people. We put on our boots one foot at a time. We shop with the money that we have. And we work for the money that we have. And when we need a helping hand, we look towards our neighbors. So do not stand in protest. Do not stand in violence. Stand in unity for peace. A politician is not going to change how things are. Politicians are backed by lobbyists who push their own way. Politicians are the ones that send young women and men to battle. Sometimes for peace, sometimes for greed. It makes no difference which politician you elect. Doesn't matter what they say, what they've done. At the end of the day, it should be known that they don't stand for us. We need to stand for each other. The only way this world's ever going to make any progress, the only way we're going to make any progress towards peace, is if we stand united and help each other. We all do our part, all pull our weight. In lieu of looking at monetary possessions in terms of wealth or accomplishment, we should look at deeds. What we do for others. You may get looks for your fancy car, may get compliments on your nice house, your clothing, your nice TV. But when you pass on into your next life, when you go meet your ancestors, what does that mean? It means nothing. You will be remembered for what you have done, for those you have helped. Those will be your accomplishments. That will be your legacy. Not the possessions that you have, not the money you leave behind, but what you have done for others. Now, I've stated many times hitherto all the different so-called charitable things that I do, that I try to do anonymously. But even the simple things that get lost upon people, like helping the new guys and gals out here back, teaching them different tips and tricks. Seeing somebody who's never flatbedded out there struggling to secure a load, telling them how you would do it, and giving them different tips and tricks and pointers and telling them why you do things a certain way. Where all too often you see guys that would rather sit there and bitch and whine and moan at them and make them feel bad about themselves than helping things move forward. And I'm sure many of you that watch this video see the same thing in your workplace, no matter what career path you so chose to take. You may even see the same thing in your own home, with your children, your nieces, your nephews, grandchildren. Stand together and help, educate. Don't force your ideology or your thoughts upon someone else. Because on this earth we are all created equal. It is up to us and us alone to decide what path that we take, to choose what we believe. And we have no right whatsoever as human beings to force that ideology upon anybody else. The ideology that we should be standing pat in should be that the world deserves peace, that we should be kind, that everybody has the freedom to choose what they do, the freedom to choose how they dress, how they style their hair, what they eat, what they drive, how they live. So be grateful for what you have. Even if your life is in utter turmoil right now, be thankful for those that help you through it. Be thankful for whatever little slice of peace that you have. Help your neighbor. Help your brother, help your sister, help your friend. And together, through our actions, we can create a world of peace and of harmony. It will not happen overnight, but the changing of the culture, the changing of the me, me, me attitude, the selfish, superficial thoughts, it can all change with us. As always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Hope your holidays are going well. If you're struggling through times right now, I really hope things get better, and I know they will. With all the peace, love in your heart, though you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to. Thank you for watching.